they are favorites, man. They're having a good roll of games. They've scored 4, I think, the last match, ne? So how can we undermine a team that is? We just beat Polokwane 1-0, and they showed us how to beat Polokwane. They scored 4 goals, and you know the story of a new coach in a club. You know, it's always a shock therapy. The mentality changes. Players wants to show the coach what they can do. You know, when there's a new coach, it's either it goes well or it goes worse. And when it goes the same way in between, which is the same way, it really shows that why we change the coach, because now it's the same way. So what was the same way? It's either you're winning or losing. But you don't change the coach when the team is winning. You change the coach when the team is not winning. So when it goes the same way, it shows that there is no change. It can only go the other way, where the players, especially those who did not play, wants to show that there is an opportunity for them, you know. But I mean, Paris have got quality players. Look at the bench they have. They've got so many good football players, and obviously the influence of the coach. Fadlu is still there. Fadlu knows us like a book. I mean, Rhulani left with a classified book from here on what we do, how we do things. And I've, to be honest, realized that ever since Rhulani has been at Paris, a lot of principles of our tech that we were doing here, Paris was doing them, and which is good and good for development because ever since Rhulani went the other side, really, let's be honest, Paris really for the last 2 years was chasing the title, you know. So we can't say we are favorites. They are the one who are favorites. We drew our last match. They won 4-1. That's the last match. That's. I mean, no, I'm talking about the league. That's where they are. That's where we are. So we respect them. A big team. We're playing in Orlando. It's never easy for us to go there. But and we also respect the new coach. I mean, I should hide my CV if I have to compare my CV to him. I mean, you know, St. Gallen and Hamburg. I mean, really, guys. I'm not even. I think in my livelihood, I will never even have a chance to be where he is or where he has coached. You know, so I must just admire and respect him. It's a relief. It's a mental relief that you have already qualified. But what's important is to finish top of the group. So the game that we're playing is the most important game for us to seal it. And unfortunately, we have pushed the bar too high that we have to win in Angola to finish top of the group, because you already seen that the Esperance is top of the group, and there's no way they're going to fluff it. And Mazembe, those people are veterans. There's no way they're going to fluff it. So, and us, between us and WAC, to say who finishes top. So we want to avoid Esperance and Mazembe. It's very important. But if you look at the other group, either going to get the Toel, you're going to get Ali, or you're going to get the team from Al Ahly, what do you call it? The team from Sudan. Very difficult team to play against. So there, I think if we've all finished top of the group, we just want to avoid that group. But I know we'll never play work again from our group. So, yeah, it's the way it is. It's what you get in that Champions League. May is too far, guys, to do must wins. No, we're going a long way. We have Paris twice. We have SuperSport again. We have Kaizer Chiefs. Fortunately, we have dealt with vets. And you know, there's always the odd ones that are always gonna trick you there somewhere, somehow. So this thing is too far. I'm talking about my team, because I know my team, and we're running our own race in the league, where we have our blocks, and We are just 5 points behind on our blocks. We are just a bit disappointed. We're 5 points behind on our blocks. Where you're going to get them, we don't know. But when you get the 5 points that you are behind, then you have our ideal target of 72 points. That's ideal. That's what, in fact, that's a dream. That's what we want with the 5 points behind. But with the results of last year of winning the league, we are only 2 points behind. I hope you understand. So if you look at the points that helped us to win the league, we are 2 points behind. But if you look at our target, which is 72 points, we are 5 points behind. So if you look at the neighbors, yeah, you say you will get a little bit worried, a little bit to say, hey, they're gone, but they're on honeymoon. They're on honeymoon. This is not possible. It's not possible. This is history, and we should respect that, and we should salute, and we say do it again, because I know I can't do 71 points that we did, because it's 21 wins in 30 games, 23 wins in 30 games. They look like doing 26, to be honest, and when they do that, no, we'll give them a guard of honor. We'll salute them to say what a season, to win. You can. To win the championship, you can. To win it again is another story. That's the story. To win it again, ask Man City. I mean, I'm talking about the big club with the biggest coaches. Can you do it again? 100 points last year. Can you do it again? Maybe not. So I don't know. Liverpool is showing that consistency. I think they were 99 or 98 or 97 last year. And the way they're going also, that honeymoon also, let's see what happens, but it's good for football, let's be honest. It takes us now also out of our comfort zone. I think what I would like is, if we don't win the championship, we must beat the 71 points. And then we'll say we have gone over our record. But if you go over the last year's points, I would say we have improved. And what's your issue? We have done very well, And you've got to understand there's this thing that disturbs also the Champions League. Just keep coming and going and coming and going. Flies. I think Hunty has already played my tape that I've been playing, which is good. I said, okay, somebody can play my tape now. Reality comes, That's why I said next year, somebody will play my tape again. That I've been speaking about for the last 6 years. Not 1 year, 6 years. So that really humbles us to say how far we've gone with the club without worrying about the neighbors, how far we've gone with the club, And that's why I was speaking about the World Club rankings that are done by 45 people, not by me, not by Shupi at Sundowns, the world. They put that together. And I say, okay, where we have arrived, it is those trips that we've been doing for years and years, for the last 6 years, and you can't take that away from us. We've earned them. You know the points. You know how many points are. You know how big the points are, and it's the same with the league. We've got 9 titles, and when we look back and we look in South Africa, say, oh, are you really, 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 really that concerned that you don't win it this year? You look where you are. We look what other teams are in South Africa in terms of winning the title. So you can take a breather, I'm not putting there to say we are not going for the league. No, we are going for the league. We'll do our best and we'll give them a chase. I remember year before last, Pirates gave us the biggest chase ever. Last year they led, and we were chasing them until we caught up with them. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's good for football, ne? So it was Vets who came into this. First it was Chiefs. They got tired with us. And then Vets came into this thing. They got a little bit of a piece they deserve. And then they got tired with us. And Pirates chased and they got tired with us. And we've been there. That's why I'm saying excellency is to do good repeatedly. Okay? That's excellency. So we've been good. Champions League has improved now. I must tell you, CAF has improved. If you look at now the stadiums The stadiums that we play in the group stages, they take no prisoners. If you don't have the right pitch, if you don't have a proper pitch, you will never play in your home pitch. Look what USMA played. We played with USMA in Pretoria, not in Johannesburg, because the stadium was not complying. It is the way it is. So that shows that CAF is doing the right thing. Let's be honest. Okay? Yes, we can say that the match officiating can be better. It is good. It's getting better. It's improving. Look at the referees that they put for group stages. We are showing that there's an improvement, guys. Okay, we let down by TV this year. That's all that we can say is not good. The challenge on CAF Champions League is the preliminary rounds and all that. If I can show you the video of the team that we played in Congo, was it in Congo? No, not in Congo. Congo. If I can show you the video where we trained, it's just like, I don't like to embarrass or belittle, but I am telling you, you'd never ever accept. We didn't even train there because you can't train because you're gonna get injuries. So that's preliminary rounds that needs to be sorted out because they're not on TV, remember? So, but I like it. It's improving. CAF has also improved on the coach education. I'm the first one to benefit out of that. It's coming. Morocco is the first country. So I would presume that my country will raise the hand and say we're the next one to do pro license here. And then you can meet all these coaches who are in CAF and interact with them and know what about them, what about their countries, what about that. So we're getting there. We are improving. And immediately after the matches, the highlights are there of the games of the team that just played on CAF. So there's a lot of good things that's happening with CAF, to be honest. We are improving.
Coach, two questions from me. Just, you talked about ideal and working in blocks this week. What would be ideal for you with Pirates and SuperSport back to back? And number two, we're almost halfway to the transfer window. How's that situation looking up for you? Because you've been vocal about man up front. Are things working out there also for you?
Let's deal with one question at a time. Ideal, when you play Pirates, Chiefs, Vets, and probably SuperSport, I'm not sure. Ideal is get 4 points. Then you have done well. It means they got 1 point. And we got 4. So ideal. So I wonder if I answered your question. You can do your mathematics. You are a top journalist. You can understand what I'm saying. That's why when we went to FNB last year, I ran the whole pitch to go hug my player because I got more than what I budgeted for. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's big. So ideal is that you get 1 away, 3 home. But when it changes to go 3 home, then it becomes more bigger. And sometimes you did not understand why, because it was huge for us. And I knew what's going to happen in Bethlehem. I knew what's going to happen the game before Bethlehem. That was sorted. So when I got that, I almost knew that now there's a light. There's the light now. Now you can see, it's like the marathon runners when they see the stadium. To say now, there's the stadium. So that's the situation.
Thank you, Jason. The transfer one, coach?
Transfer what?
The transfer. We're halfway through the transfer window. Is it working out or is it, still difficult?
We signed 2 players in June. The other players we wanted to sign, we could not get them. Not to say we don't want. We could not get them. And if you don't get the right players, we have enough here. We have enough. So we signed only Afonso and Siabi. I think you can see that we have changed the mentality. We have changed the culture of 10, 12, 11, 15 players. We have changed the culture. And we don't have a lot of players. People say we have a lot of players. We don't have a lot of players. Sometimes, look, we don't have a lot of players. So that's the way it is. Sign what you need, not what's available. A person can be very good at this club. And there are players that you and me can agree that player you signed was a good player that year. He did very well. But 1 year, Sometimes it's not easy. You got to do 2 years and look at us, look at Chiefs, look at Pirates. The players that were good the last year in their respective clubs, are they the same way? So we can't say those 3 teams, we're signing wrong players. We all agree. I mean, the players are doing exceptionally well. But the jerseys become heavy. The golden jerseys can become jersey, the black jersey becomes heavy, and the yellow jersey is heavy. So sometimes players do well at small clubs, but when they come to big clubs, the pressure to win every game becomes another story. Yeah. Yeah, sad. Very sad. You know, it's like not having Lodge tomorrow to that level. It's very sad. You don't have Mshishi, it's like you don't have Lodge. You know, it's very sad because you need those influential players. They're game changers, man. So you need them. But what can you do? We'll treat him as an injured player, né?